Well, I'd like to say, first and foremost, that I have been a holistic life coach for the past 12 years. However, the journey that I've taken to become a holistic life coach has been very, very interesting. In 1975, I was 29 years old and I was diagnosed with 2 conclusive Pap tests of having cervical cancer, malignant cervical cancer. Number 5, both tests were number 5. I had no idea what was going on other than I was concerned. At the same time, I mentioned to the doctor, perhaps I should go on some kind of a cleansing program before anything invasive was done, because his initial reaction was a hysterectomy. And I was only 29, I hadn't had a child yet. This was absurd. There was no way I was going to get a hysterectomy. At the same time that I had this examination and those test results, I happened to have been taking a class. It was called An Introduction to Oriental Medicine. And the person who was teaching the class, I asked him if we could please meet and discuss the possibility of an alternative to a hysterectomy and to Western medicine, which we did. And I began immediately on a program of acupuncture, macrobiotics, yoga, which I was already doing some, and meditation, which I also was doing. Putting all of that together, within 1 month's time, I went back to another doctor because the first doctor was not interested in seeing me since I didn't listen to what he recommended. And the other doctor found that the test results had already come from a 5 and they became a 3. A 3 meaning that I still had a problem, but the problem wasn't as severe as number 5. Today they don't even use that number 5 to confirm that it's conclusively malignant. And number 4 is the number that's used today. And what was interesting is that I didn't have that much fear. I should have had more. And I was able to go through whatever fear that I had quite quickly, because I knew that fear was almost worse than the cancer. I had to get through the fear in order to rest my body, my mind, and my spirit, merging everything together in a healing vibration, a healing frequency, and that's what I did. So within 1 month of some acupuncture, macrobiotics, a program of yoga. Oh, by the way, did I mention that I quit my job, which was very stressful, and decided to put myself first, and my life first, and my health first. So at that point in time, seeing such an amazing progress in 1 month from the natural things that I did, that detoxification, I felt, wow, I'm on a roll here. And I just kept on going. At that point, I actually not only quit my job, but I took off with a friend to South America. Lived in a jungle for a week, camping out, meditating, reflecting on my life. And from there, went into the mountains of Venezuela, met some wonderful people, and we did hot foot baths with fresh herbs. I did every single thing I could do to be aware of my body, to be aware of the emotions perhaps behind the issue of the cancer. And whatever it was that I could think of that would help me in healing my body. And I seemed to feel like this was going to happen. I had so much hope. And I went to Peru and I hiked in the mountains, the Andes Mountains. I went to Cusco, I went to Machu Picchu. It was a little bit of a rough journey. I didn't have much money. I was hitchhiking with a friend. And it got to a point where I also got sick a few times, the altitude sickness. But there was something transformational that was happening within me, which is what really had the major effect on the healing of this cervical cancer. Long story short, within 4.5 months, I ran out of money. I had to go back to Miami. Went back to Miami. I had another test. So this was test number 4, actually. The first 2 were the number 5. The third test was a number 3. The goal was to get to number 1. And when I came back from Peru, it was a number 1. Now the doctor was still very nervous and said, we have to watch this very, very carefully. And I agreed with him, that's fine. But I felt very hopeful that my health would continue. I felt fine, and I went back to a life in the United States. And since then, that was 1975, I became a massage therapist. I taught some yoga. I've been a musician for 40 years. I did many things that came from the heart so that I could heal myself. And that was the beginning of my journey of becoming a holistic life coach. So the most wonderful news of the day and of the year and of the time and of my life is the fact that after I returned from Peru and got a clean bill of health, 2.5 years later, I gave birth to my son, Aaron, who's 33 years old and has a year ago made me a grandmother. None of this would have been possible had I not followed my heart, because the doctors were telling me that if I didn't get a hysterectomy that I could die. I didn't believe them. So I'm here now to tell my story. We all understand that we're living under very stressful times. And many of the symptoms, physical, emotional, mental symptoms that we have are due to stress. So many of the people who come to me are at a point in time in their life where they know the stress is so overwhelming and they're feeling so bad and they don't sleep and they have headaches and they're constipated and they know that it's time for a transformation. And when they find me on the internet and call me and hear my voice and we talk, most people decide that it's time to come and see Jill Schneider. So I've created a program. It's really a very simple program. Body, mind, and spirit. We look at all the aspects of the symptoms that you have and begin to understand where they're coming from. And once we do that, then the program is formulated around the issues that you have. It's not like we get up at the same time every day and we do exactly the same thing every day. No, you're the program. The program that I have created, which I call Holistic Life Coaching, incorporates many different aspects of your health: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. What I try to do is look at the big picture, look at the goals that are important to you, and put together a comprehensive, transformative lifestyle change, which is easy. And when it's not threatening, you can relax. and then we can move on, and then you can shift into a new you and have a different perspective that helps you to live your life more clearly. One of the most important parts of my program has to do with helping you to become aware of pain in your body and why your body is telling you that it has pain. This is the way the body communicates. So we're going to look at where you have these pains, because that's the body speaking with you. And we're going to try to figure out, instead of a painkiller, what you can do in terms of a lifestyle change, in terms of paying better attention to your body, in terms of eating better, maybe bringing more juicing and fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet. Whatever it is that we're going to do, we're going to address the issue of pain in your body, because it really is an important aspect to learn about your body. I'd like to tell you about my 6-day exclusive retreat. What is very special about this program is, number one, it is one-on-one. And we spend quite a bit of time together, and I oversee everything to make sure you're comfortable during the process of detoxification, which involves the body, the mind, and the spirit. The way we get things moving very quickly is through juice fasting. It's safe. It's putting nutritionally dense liquids into your body very quickly so that you feel very satiated, don't feel deprived, and your body begins to respond. Maybe the first couple of days it's a little strange to just be drinking your food. But after 3 or 4 days, you're not going to believe how incredible you feel. I've been a massage therapist for 30 years. Included in the program is 2 or maybe 3 massage therapy sessions. There are other people that also work with me, craniosacral therapist, rolfer, chiropractor, acupuncturist. All of that would be add-ons to the program. Mainly while you're fasting, it's so important to rest. And here we are at Crane's Beach House in Delray Beach. And the beach is 1 block away. And you get a beautiful lounge chair with umbrella that you can go and rest at. I bring you there, I stay with you. Sometimes I leave you with your juices in a beautiful cooler, so you're completely comfortable during this process of the juice fast. So I mentioned the juice, I mentioned the fast. We can also do some simple yoga at the beach, some qigong, lots of walking. Very important to be moving the body during the fasting process. I bring DVDs, educational DVDs that I leave you with in the evening. Get cozy in your bed and just watch these wonderful informational, educational programs that will keep you on the straight and narrow, not only during the fast, but when you're finished. We'll make a program and make decisions about where you're going to go after the juice fast in terms of the foods and the lifestyle that you're going to live. So it's a very comprehensive program. It's fun. We're going to have a great time. We're going to get to be very good friends. And I promise I will take the best care of you that I know how.